So what is this whole thing about?
So today is Memorial Day, and you often see these sort of displays of the boots just sort of represent the soldiers. In Quebec right now, there recently passed a bill called Bill 78, which basically limits and in most cases actually makes it impossible to demonstrate. So the idea is we're putting these shoes for, sort of symbolic of people marching that are sort of being held back with a giant red square in the middle, which is the symbol of the Quebec student movement, to sort of render homage to the people who are marching every night. Every night there have been demonstrations from this square actually, from 8:30 for the past month and some days. Every night at 8 p.m. there are demonstrations and pretty much everywhere across Quebec. And this is just sort of a public art display to sort of render homage, but also to sort of get people thinking about Bill 78 on this kind of symbolic day.
Okay. Are you a student?
I am.
What do you feel about the tuition hike?
Well, the tuition hike, it's now 82%, an 82% tuition hike over a few years. It's unreasonable. In Quebec, there's been a long history of a really strong student movement, and in fact, since the 60s, one thing that we've been fighting for is free education, in fact. So to increase it up to the Canadian national average, which is still granted pretty low by sort of North American standards, is nevertheless a really big insult to both the student movement and, it would reduce accessibility to up to 30,000 students from being able to attend university in Quebec. Who knows how many would have to drop out. For international and out-of-province students, we could see hikes as much as double that. So it's a really problematic policy. Even more problematic, in my opinion, is the fact that the majority of the money is not going to teaching and learning. So teaching and learning is sort of at the center of the mission of the university, along with research. And instead we have money specifically earmarked towards paying people on the board of directors. We have money specifically earmarked towards better advertising campaigns, towards expensive building projects, which are often not necessary, which speaks to a broader narrative of modification of education. So.
Okay. I have one more question. Actually, I forgot it.
No worries.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice. What's your name?
Quan. I'm gonna do a Canada.
Cool. Awesome.
I remember my question.
Okay. Same time.
Okay, I know today the students have resumed talks with the government. What do you think about that?
Well, I have really high hopes. I hope that they're able to negotiate a solution that respects the students' demands, that gets rid of Bill 78, and I hope that a good solution can come out of this. Students have been on strike for over 14 weeks now. It's too long, and it's time for a solution. So hopefully the government's ready to talk about tuition.
Okay, thank you very much.